Alright, welcome back to this truck tutorial. Hopefully this is gonna be the last video I'm making. So today I'll be doing some more polishing. So I just noticed that these tree walls are kinda fucky and I hate them. It's just UV stuff mostly, and now we're gonna be doing. Oh yeah, I'm gonna explain some anti-portal stuff. That's not gonna apply to this track, but it will help with any other larger track going forward. So I'm just gonna make a quick explanation on that, and then some custom collision stuff. I'm gonna make a quick explanation on that before I crack on finishing this track. And most of the stuff I really have to go on this is just AI lines, menu textures, and maybe I'll make a trackside camera explanation as well. I don't really care to make actual cameras for this track, at least for now, because they are a pain in a way, and not really that bad to make, but it's just time consuming and I don't care. And then at the end I will show you how to upload any mod onto the workshop, and that should be it. So let's start off with fixing these tree walls. I'm gonna select all of that and take that as a active, and then we do follow active quads. Still look kind of ass. Let me go here and scale. Okay, whatever's happening on the backside shouldn't change what's going on the front. This texture is kind of long. Looks a bit better, if you ask me. Maybe should have used a bit shorter. I don't know. Texture's a bit long on this. Well, then the faces are a bit short. We do this. Going to delete half of these. Oh, it's not even. Okay. center. Center. There we go. Got my tree in my face, facing my tree. Come on. There we go. Just hide these trees. Alright, let's try this again. Oh, I got the wrong playlist going on. Now, of course, it's stuck. Fuck you. There we go. I don't want to get content matched up the ass. Thanks, YouTube. Anyway. Welcome to the most scuffed track tutorial on YouTube. There we go, then we dissolve bits. Or dissolve edges. Oh, whatever. Let's try this again. And okay. Seems like it's matching. Let's do the same for this one. Hopefully it goes a bit smoother. Just doing this blind with the stuff not showing. Actually, I don't need to fuck about with that. That is fine. Oh, anyway. It should be good. Or at least a bit better, I don't know. It is or it isn't, I don't. Yeah. Also, I can delete this, don't need it. Alright, so. Let's continue with some of the other explanation stuff that I wanted to do. So, just going to just add a cube. And then we name it to anti-portal, hashtag anti-portal. So this is what I told you about earlier, about anti-portals being a thing. So you can have this cube, and with this name, you don't need anything else, and it'll work as intended. And we'll just extend this to like 50, and go down by 20. height-wise. And then I'll add another, just do a plane. It's gonna be my collision explanation. Let's go on like 19 on that one. Okay, that is the back side. Go this way, and then I'm going to scale this up by 10 and put it like on the side. And I'm actually going to apply auto transformations just in case, because I'm not actually sure if you need to for these. Usually you want to apply scale, or like apply all, at least scale. Yeah, apply scale. Because Wreckfest might get fucky with it. But anyway, for making collision, you want to have this turned on. This is like 4 custom collision boxes, and you don't want to place the C. So yeah, let's export this and reload the track. So here you can see the anti-portal already working. So it is going to make the game unload every object that is being covered by like completely every object, and makes this is for upping the game performance. So if you have very big maps or anything, you want to look into this, adding these here and there. Also looks like I need to fix my walls. They are doing dumb stuff. Anyway. And then the custom collision. It's just slightly behind me here. There we go. Found it. So, like I showed while I was making this, the face that draws the texture on it, as you can see here, this is the side that actually hits the car, and then the other side you can drive through. So essentially you can make, or you could make like one-way gates or whatever you want really, and you can use this to like previously I had a special version of a track where I had a no driving, like a no pass, no driving in a specific direction, and then I just had the players to drive through that wall from the other side, just to limit traffic. You just get this dumb camera thing going, but it's not that bad. Anyway, so that's done. So just gonna delete these, don't need them specifically for this. Also going to delete these, don't need those. And okay, so next thing is preparing the track for making multiple layouts. If you only have one layout, you can leave the AI line stuff here. It's fine. You can just leave them here and save it and send it. But if you want to make multiple layouts from one track, then we need to do as follows, where we hide anything and everything, like just exclude from build, because this checkmark excludes it from the build. and just hide everything you don't want to have in the, let's call this the base mesh of the map. And this is like everything that you want to have on all the layouts you leave here. And then everything you don't want to have on here, well, if you want to have something specific for a specific layout, then you have them on its own file. So just save this, export, and then we open up a new Blender window. Like so. And then we import scene as subscene. So this is kind of the same as like adding props, essentially. So you get this. Looks kind of dumb, but it is what it is. And you can just leave this. You can do this later on in the process, or you can do it now and then do the rest, and then yeah, add to this. But how I like to do stuff is after exporting this, I don't want to touch it no more. I make sure that it's like ready to go to the AI line section of track making. Otherwise I need to come back and then exclude all the shit, and yeah, it's a hassle. Also, actually, just remember that I have to check that I have my my grass clutter shit. Sorry about that. I have a idle game in the background. Yes, I do have this Zeus here for the grass. Which I couldn't remember if I had it still. Anyway. So, make sure it's 100% done. Exclude everything you don't want to be here. Save it. Build it. And then we get to this point where we can just delete this test track. And I am going to just take these. Don't need those. Don't need checkpoints right now. Or actually, I might want. Just gonna move this to where I want to have it, which is here. And also for checkpoints, you can, when they're placed, the checkpoint will attach to the nearest sector, and I will do that later on when I do the AI line, where I move a sector on here, because I want this to be my start finish line. This, yeah, this box with Bob in it, and let me show from another track what I mean. Yeah, here we go. Good old homie homestead. Or what the fuck did I name this again? I don't remember. Yeah, home turf. Could be a homestead, I don't fucking care. Anyway, so like I have here, I think I've edited this after the fact, so I had to hide all of this. Don't worry about some mess. Anyway, so like we have this main line here, and the checkpoint will attach itself to the nearest route sector. So I place this checkpoint here, and it's gonna attach itself to this edge, from this edge to this edge. But if you wanna get really specific with it, you can always do this, and then the checkpoint will just be this. Right? It's it stops regarding the whole width of the track as the gate, and this would be the gate itself, and if you drive past here, you would miss this checkpoint and the game will complain about it. Or if you drive here, it'll complain. So this could be a useful tool in some scenarios if you need it. If you want to get really specific. Or you want to stop people from cutting the track. I think this is a bit older version of this AI line, so I don't have them adjusted. Let's see. Let's actually go main here. Because I added the tires like these after the fact for cutting reasons. Yeah, as you see here. So I'd have the tire here, but it's not shown because it's a subscene in a subscene, so it's not gonna draw here. But I made this checkpoint less wide, so you can't drive around here and cut the track. And I also added the tire here to show where the edge of the checkpoint is, as you can see here. And like here, you have this tire stack, and it's gonna correspond with this. It should be here, so that people have a visual indication on where the edge of the checkpoint is. And I just placed it on the outside edge. Or inside edge, I mean. I don't care about the outside really. Unless you really whiff it here. But that's on you then. Anyway, so that's that explanation done. So I'm gonna leave this here. And I'm gonna move my start points a little bit. So this pit point is the camera angle that you see when you load up the track. So if I go here, oh yeah, it doesn't have the AI lines now. Anyway, so when you load up the track, it's gonna be let's see, local. You want to have this on local so you can kind of gauge where it is, because the camera is like in this axis in relation to the box here, so you can like use this information to place this where you want it to for like a good background or anything else you want. And I am going to place this I'm just gonna have it here. Go like this, so you can see this angle. And this will, you don't have to have it like next to the ground or anything. It should snap the car to the ground unless it's really high up, and we're talking like 50 meters, I think. Then it's gonna spawn in the air and fall down. And yeah, and I pick up the start points. I'm going to actually squish this in a bit, so I'm gonna pick every third. I like to use this example track pit line every time I make a track, because it's there. But you can also, and it's already set up, and you can also like do any custom grid you want with these. You could place the last guy like halfway down the track if you wanted to. If you wanted to be a prick to the last guy in the race, then you can. Let's go. Wait. Let's pick the last one and go up here. Let's go actually to this camera view, so it's top down. It'd be easier lining this up. You could also use the auto grid generation in TCAD. I haven't used it, so don't ask me how to use it. I just like to do this manually, so I get what I want, and I don't need to guess. So rotate that a bit further, and that, and that. Raise them up a bit. Let's go like that, and then from here down. It's like to have them on ground so I can see them. So these a bit. Like you could have these under the ground. It doesn't really matter, as long as they're next to a surface with collision. Because if there's another surface under here and it's closer to that than this, then it's gonna snap to that layer of collision. Anyway, got those done. And now for the AR route itself, we're gonna add a curve and go. You could use Bezier. I don't. I use paths. You name it main. And then we go to edit mode, take the line, move it here, rotate it, do whatever. Actually, gonna move it back here. You want to have the grid in between. Oh, I'm gonna show you quick here. Go back to objects, generate AR line. So this is the auto generation for the AR line. You can do this now, and then it'll follow the path when you start moving it around. Also going to enable the snapping again. Also, why people send me fucking messages when I'm recording every time. Okay, that should be good. Sorry about that. Anyway, so when you're making the airline, you will. I'm just gonna open this track just to show you. Just as a quick explanation. So we have this airline here. You can actually just pick this, and we have the grid between this gap. This is like the start of the AR line and then the end of the AR line. And we have this gap here that the game needs to have. You could also put this over each other, but it's just easier to see the gap when it's done like this for reference for later. But you want to have the grid between this gap and the first checkpoint. This is just for the game to... You either have all of them inside this gap, or like in this area, or you have all of them outside it. Because like if you've played like the Bugbear Port of Rally Trophy, the back half of the grid can have this weird like lap bug. Because I think half of the grid is like outside it and the other half is inside. So you want to have it either or. Depends on spacing. I try to manage with it being like this, but I've seen people use it. You have the gap like right here and then the grid, and it still works fine. But this is like, if you look at like older text-based track tutorials, this is what people want you to do, so I've stuck with it. Anyway, so now we start. Just do this like you did with the track surface itself, where we just use the path to pull this around. You want to also use the auto graphic, so you press 5 on the numpad to get this view, so you get like a perfect flat surface to do this with. It's easier to see the track, and less fucky. Always more control points in the corners than too little, so you get a smoother transition. Okay, it's gonna be a bit fucky, gonna need some manual work. But yeah, that's like the main thing. Done, and then we can move these up here. Okay, at this point, you can do this quick trick that I learned at some point by myself, where you just pick these, and then you go to edit mode, and it'll extend itself like this. And then you can take the measuring tool and control click here and drag. And this is a really easy way to measure your track length if you wanna have these in your tracks. So then you can go here, you can type in 630 meters, and then surface info if you want to have that. I'm gonna be with gravel, and if you want to have more surfaces, you can just add a number here, and then you can have like tarmac or like asphalt, like I had here, or I think it shows. Wait, it shows tarmac. It shows, well, asphalt. It shows asphalt. It shows gravel. It shows mud. I think it shows wood. That's about it, really. I haven't. You can't put metal on it, but metal uses tarmac physics with different parameters for skid marks, I think. And like concrete is also tarmac physics. So it's really just, mostly it's just gravel, asphalt, or mud that you're using for this surface info. And then you can what I've done is like for figuring out the percentages, because these are percentages on here. So like I have here, this is 100%, so if I put 50, then it shows 50 in game. So you can have, like, if you know the full length of the track, and then you have like, let's say I'd have this front stretch here as tarmac, then I could use the measuring tool to measure out this part, like let's say here, and then I could calculate the length based on these numbers, and then do a percentage of the total track length. Anyway, it's just a small hint, or a tip, just a tip. And right now, as you can see, the track's a bit, it's not wide enough. Let's actually check that it's fairly center or central. I don't care about this big corner, it's gonna need adjusting anyway. That's fine. Okay. And now you can take these and go back here, and then pick everything, and we will scale up in this orientation. Let's go like 2.5, so 25% wider, and check. I can actually do more. You wanna always change it from the default, just to be more accurate. I think I can go. How wide did I make this track? I don't even remember. Let me check. Like that. How wide are you? 14. Okay. So, also a quick tip on this. This default build is 10 meters wide. So, I go 40% more for 14, and boom. Right there. And after that, you can still do some finagling, do some adjusting. Yeah, use this camera. It's gonna need some. It should be fine. Okay, once you're done with that, then you can pick these, go AR routes and apply modifiers and constraints. And now we get to do all of this manually. First of all, I want to fix this gap switch. I am going to delete that and then really tight corner. You want to do the kind of this where you're already because there's some limitations to the track stuff where for example you have to have a like you can't have corners that are going into the face itself, so you can't do this because this will break the. You can't have this. That's a big no-no. So when it comes to like really tight corners, you wanna turn the track way before you're actually at the corner, and then we can press E to extrude. You could do this manually, like this whole thing if you wanted to. Doesn't matter. Okay, that looks about right for now. Let's have this here. But yeah, there's like specific build errors that the tool will throw at you if anything's fucky with the A-line. There are some specific ones that will tell you about that. It's gonna say that it's not connecting properly, or there's some other stuff. There is a, if you Google Wreckfest modding wiki, there is a page for build errors. It's not fully comprehensive. I've seen some stuff, like some error codes that are not on the list, but they're somehow linked to the ones that are already there, or you fucked up so royally bad that no one's seen that one yet. So there's usually an explanation to all the build errors that you see, even if you don't know what it is really. Just go to the build error page on the wiki and just use your head. Hopefully you have a head and you know how to use it. I don't want to be helping every random with a track. Anyway, now we can go to vert mode, and then you have to do this where you do this thing where the red is outside the blue, and then the green is outside the red, like this. Otherwise the game won't recognize the edge here as the gap, and the build, when you build the track, it's gonna complain. So make sure you do this. Doesn't need to be far, just enough that it's like outside. Just any amount like this should be enough, but I'm just gonna... I always pull it a bit further for clarity. Okay. So every time I make a new airline, I like to go around the track and pull these where they need to be. Okay, a quick explanation on the colors. Actually, the green is the part that is on the minimap itself, and it tells the AI that this is the safe part of the track, where they can race as hard as they want to, or all that. The red part, it doesn't matter to the player at all. It is only for AI, and that tells the AI that it is off the racing surface, and it makes the AI want to turn back onto the green part of the track. Sooner than later, it won't make them panic. Sometimes if there's a tight corner and they go on the red, they will yank the steering wheel very hard and go into the outside wall, or drive off a cliff or whatever. I hate the AI, so it is what it is. You can play around that to a degree, but like this corner, the AI will hate. I can tell right now. They will hate this corner. I don't think any of them will play this corner nicely, but we will try. And the blue line is, if you go off the blue line as a player, the game will tell you to reset. And for the AI, it's basically a death sentence, and they will take the shortest path back to the green line no matter what. And if they go off the blue line, then they will take the nearest sector and drive to it, and then start driving around the track again. So that's like the quick and dirty explanation on those. It's not rocket science, but it is what it is. It's also why the AI is partly so good in this game, and partly why it's so annoying to work with when it comes to custom shit. Because anything other than the green, they hate and despise it with all of their passion. And if only people played this game in multiplayer with mods, I didn't have to fuck around with the airlines at all. That would be my utopia for the rest of the days. But I will also show you how to adjust your AI racing line, because I will be doing it for this too, even though I hate it. But it is just for my sanity, because then people will, if the AI don't play nice, then people will complain on the workshop about them not working. So you either take the time to make it work, or you don't, and you get shit on. So there's my 2 cents on that. Oh, this is a nice looking corner. I can actually move this here just for clarity. the game won't complain if you have them overlapping, but like if you have this overlap that one, but just gotta check that you don't get the concave stuff like this. That's a no-no. That is a big fat no-no. So sometimes you have to like drag these a bit by themselves or whatever. Oh, I can't see the track. There we go. That is fine. That is fine. It's like one of the more time-consuming parts of making a track. Is this? There are methods to make this faster. If you can. I could give you a explanation on how to save time on making AI lines after I get this done. Give out a quick explanation on that. Oh my lord. Okay, there we go. Okay, here we have a concave situation. So we want to move this here. That is there. This side is gonna be here. That is fine. It's a bit too out. Also, take these, rotate. Rotate. I might rotate that a bit. That. Get rotated. That is concave, so I'm gonna move this here. That is the side of the truck, yes. Oh yeah, also on the sectors, so a sector is like this is sector 0, so this first part, this sector 1, sector 2, sector 3, and so forth. And the only thing that really matters is where the blue line is, like this edge of the blue, because the red and the green will snap to the closest one. So you don't need to be this exact with your AI line, but I like to be, so you do you, I won't complain. Unless you somehow break it, and then you gotta fix it. Anyway, now I'm going to cut this a bit to make it a bit smoother for the AI and for the minimap. There is a limit on how many sectors you can have on a track. I think it was like 512 sectors, which is quite a bit actually. For something like this, it's I'd need to spam a lot of these sectors to fill that amount, so it won't be a problem. But if you have a longer track, then you need to make sure that you're not going over that limit. I haven't tested what happens with that. It probably doesn't let you build the track at all, or there's some other problem with it that I don't know. what that is. So continue on your discretion or at your own risk. We can go back, get off the cutting tool. And then we move all of this. Oh, that is the blue line here. I actually want to have these kinda in the wall here. There we go. So you can go like really in here if you need to or want to. There's a wall anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Where the fuck is the edge? There we go. That's there. This. Also, you kind of want to have a sector edge at the apex or close to the apex, so you get a smooth line, and the minimap is gonna look extra crispy. There is some smoothing to the minimap that I've heard, so you don't need to go too hard on it being exact and shit. But this definitely helps. Like you could, like if I had this here and you could see this bullshit going on in here. Like it's not that powerful, but it is there. It's from the originals. This track edge is like here. It's like here. Let's move this because concave. Let's actually rotate this slightly so we can get this inside this tire. It's always a bit tougher to work with like these really tight tracks because of the overlapping AI sectors here, but it's manageable. Just take your time. No need to rush with this step because it is going to affect how the AI drive. Okay. Actually pull this here. That is fine. looks cooked, man. There we go. Let's be that way. There we go. Okay, that looks good. Actually, looks rather fine. So that an easy way to check the sector count is to just open up one of these and then you check the face count. So 66 sectors on this track. So much. And at this point, you want to extend the edges of it so that you have space for the AI to kind of wiggle a bit and do dumb stuff. So start with the AI root main and you start from the edge, pick one, pick two, and then shift control plus, and it will select all the edges like this. And then we go normal and individual origins, and then you can go like this and press the green and it'll extend all the sectors like this. This is going to make me do some more work on adjusting the really tight corners, but I'm going to get a bit more space like this to work with, because I'm going to extend the red as well, because you want to have quite a bit of red before they hit the blue, because if they go on the red and they're at the edge of the blue line, and then they're gonna fucking freak out. So you want to have some space there. But now, as you can see, the tight corners are absolute dog shit. So you want to do this where you go back here and adjust all of these accordingly. You can kind of tell where they're going with the edges showing right here. Just take your time. I have this here. Then I have this one here. So remember, no concave stuff. I can't move this because it's gonna make this face concave. So, but the car needs to be more than half of its width outside here anyway for the reset prompt to show, so won't matter. Then we check this corner. It should be fine, but I'm going to pull this here. You never really need to check the outsides, just the insides. Check your insides. This long corner is fine. To pull this back in here. Just gonna put that there. Put this here. Okay, you can have the edges of the blue in walls and in whatever surfaces if you want to maximize the playable area. No way that the game doesn't fucking complain all the time about you needing to reset. That is that one. Have this here, this here. fine, looks good. Just gonna pull that there a little bit and this in. And then this corner, it's actually... This corner is fine. Yeah, okay, this should be the last one. Take that one. Is that one? Oh, it's kind of fucky. There we go. And then this is here. That is fine, but I'm going to pull this here a bit. There we go. Yeah, that is good. Should be good. Okay, so a quick explanation on if you wanna save some time when you're making airlines. Gonna open up this main file here again, and what you wanna do is just make the kind of the main line first, like this, and then you can because it has the most line in it, then you can take that, basically copy it over, so you make another one, and then you just cut the track, which means you can go, or like you can make another path, draw the new layout that you want, and then measure it, of course, and then you can duplicate this track like these with Control D. Oh, not Control, Shift D. You get these, and then you can have these like the main ones as a backup, and you can like take the duplicate ones that I'm not gonna do right now, but you can like just go like this. It's like take all of this out and delete it, and then you could attach it to the new section of the track. That is what I call A-align stitching. It will save you a lot of time, because I probably did my first like 15 to 20 tracks, like complete tracks with like multiple layouts, when I did my Minecraft pack. And yeah, after I thought of this, it has saved me so much time. So please do it. Just make sure that the new sections are fairly compatible with the old one. Like, I think I don't remember where I exactly cut this one, probably like here. And there's definitely a cut somewhere here as well. But yeah, you can like just use that and make a new section with the path that you made for this. So here's the path. So I just took this part out, did the same stuff as I did on the tutorial track, where I made it fit with the track and then expanded it, and then yeah, adjusted it to how it is, and then had the main line cut and then that new line cut, and then you select both. Like I could select these, and then you press Ctrl J, and it's now one object. And all that merging verts and making new sections by extracting or extruding, all of that. You know. It's not rocket science, but it is going to save you time. A lot of time. Okay, so this track. I'm done with the airline. I'm happy with it. And I'm happy with the start points, and now I'm going to move this. This is going to be my start finish line. I'm gonna move it up with the checkpoint, like so. So this is my start finish line, and this is my start finish line checkpoint. Easy as. I could explain alt routes. I'd need to. I'm gonna actually whip out another track from another pack just to show alt routes. They're not needed until you need them. For like start grid, start on the track itself, or like shortcuts. I actually need to. Yeah, let's do a flat out 2 track actually. Yeah, City Central. This should be good. There won't be any textures. They're probably bugged because this is on my other hard drive, and yeah, a lot of pink. Don't worry about it. Layouts. Here we go. So, there's my start points. Okay, there's my alt routes. So, here's like one of the alt routes here. It's like on the other side of this bridge. So, you can do a path for the alt route, and then you draw it out. And then you do the same thing as on the main one, where you pull the ends like this, and you have to also take out the main route, so this, and then you have to snap. Let's see if I can get this. Well, whatever. You need to take the alt route, these corners, and then you select this and control. Wait, no. Shift S to selection to active, and it'll snap. These need to be exactly in the same spot. There is no ifs and buts. They need to be at the exact same spot, just for the ends. Anything else goes. Also, there's a weird thing with the build tool where any like the all routes need to start at the bottom side of this red like X coordinate line, so they need to be minus Y at the start. For the main line, it needs to be, well, the end needs to be next to the start, so it always has to be under here. So make sure that it's there. If it's like this, it's gonna give you a build error and it won't work. And for any alt route, it has to have the same, where the start is under here. So example, this one wouldn't work because it starts here and it ends here, and the start is above this line. So when I did this track, I had to move it like under here. The track is small enough that you can just do that, where you can just pull the whole track like this. But the AI lights can end at the top side, so I could do this where it's like this. This would work, where the end is above the red line. So hopefully that gets that explained. A lot of yapping, but it is what it is. Okay, that just looks weird. Anyway, so checkpoints. You have the first checkpoint here, and you kind of want to have all the others like at the apex of a corner or at a spot where no one can like go around it. So use walls, use the terrain, or just use the track itself to have these in strategic spots so people can't cut the fuck out of the tracks, because they will. And for anything that loops like this, you want to have at least 2 checkpoints. You have one at the start and then next one at the end. Then rename accordingly. So I have a guy starting checkpoint 1, checkpoint 2, 3. Then they go 4 and 5. I'm gonna actually limit this so that it's like this, and then I'm going to limit this so it's like this. So if someone decided to drive this circle the wrong way around, they would hit the 4th checkpoint after they go out, and the game will complain about them missing a checkpoint. So I'm just gonna do this for clarity, really. Yeah, I don't care if that's wider. Then we go here, this here. This is gonna be checkpoint 6. And this is gonna be checkpoint 7. One more for the apex of this hairpin. When you get to 10, then you do just checkpoint 10, and this will work. But yeah, that's the checkpoints done. Okay, so now that we got all of that done, then we can pick all of these 3 collections, select objects, copy, so Control C. We go to the other one and Control V to paste, and there we go. And just for clarity when it comes to keeping track of all this stuff, I just like to have them in collections. I don't care to name these for myself, because they're always in this order, so I don't need to do that. You don't need to care about the path. You can have it here. The game doesn't care that it's here. It's good to have it maybe for backup reasons or whatnot. So just have it or don't have it. I don't care. You do you. We go save. We go GKC main for this is going to be the main track, and then export, and then we need to go, because now we have the main track, we need to go here and rename this tcat, because this is going to be my main tcat. And for doing this quicker, we can copy this and use it as the reverse variant as well. and we can go here as well, and we will also copy this FC and make a reverse one as well. We can go back here and we can see that it built. The file size looks about fine. Should be good. You can always, if you're unsure about if it's built it correctly or something, you can always start up a new Blender window and wait for it to load, and go import scene and just import it, and if everything checks out then you're good. And you can also do this for your main file as well. So if you have like some weird stuff going on, this could be a good way to troubleshoot. Okay, so we have the main route done. I'm gonna leave this open just in case, because there is one more thing that can happen. I don't know why it happens, but it does, and you're gonna need that to fix it. Then I wanna have a layouts collection where I put, let's do grid and grid reverse. And we do main, and then we do reverse. And then I put these here. Put the grid here. Actually, I can have this. Whatever, I can have this in the start points. Doesn't matter where these are really. It's just whatever you do. You want to have them in a spot where you know that they're there for quick access. So now I'm going to hide this A line. I'm gonna take the grid and duplicate, move them here, Control F2, and find the naming thing that Blender does. I'm gonna name these two reverse. And let's do global median. Yeah, median point. Do 180. Put this here, around here. And then we do some finagling again. There we go. Let's see. That's fine. That is fine. Just fine. These up so that I see them, because I like seeing them. There we go. Now we can hide these. And then I am going to take all of this and duplicate and move them here. Also gonna take all of this and rename, set name, suffix, main, so that they don't confuse with these ones. And then we go find replace, take these out, there we go, hide that. This is like the quickest way to make reverse tracks. Like if you've seen any track in the game by anyone ever, if there is no reverse variant, they are just lazy. Because this is so quick. So you do all of that, and then you go here. You merge this gap because we don't need it. We need to move it. Just merge all these. And then you check where the grid ends, and then we will make a cut here. Make a couple cuts. And then take this. Delete verts. Pull. Pull. Select. Pull. Pull. And here we go. That is your reverse layout in a minute. Of course, we need to rename checkpoints. So it's gonna be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8, and 9. Then recheck. So 1. Yeah. Let's take all of that and do this. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. Everything checks out. And we take the grid and we take this and select objects. Start up another blender. Import subscene. This. Throw the. No, don't throw. Throw them here. Do a few of those. Throw these in where they belong. Don't need that. Don't. I need that. Oh, I didn't fucking. Wait. Oh, it didn't. Oh, okay. It didn't copy for reasons. Let me back out a bit. Okay, 36 objects. Okay, good. There we go. Also, you want to have the pit point. There we go. And then we go here, find replace, rev. There we go. And save. GKC main reverse. Export. Done. Well, I needed to shut down the game anyway. So good thing that it crashed. I've been recording for 1.5 hours already. What the hell? Too much yapping. Well, it's gonna be an extra long video then, because I'm not going to be making more of these. Not that. Okay. So you can see here, select track. Where's the TCAT? Not TCATting. Oh yeah, actually, this is like what I said earlier about the gap being here. Now it didn't build. As you can see here, with the BGO and the blend file, but no SCNE. So take this and here and let's go 110. Save, build, easy as. Also wanted to fix the trees, so you can see this thing where just hide all of that. Again, let's go by distance. Flip. Oh, it was also doing that in Blender. Okay, that is cool. Anyway, save, build. So I need to actually let's exit game because I didn't do the back edit stuff. So now we have oh, I got cameras in here. Don't need cameras. Main circuit. Reverse. Oh yeah. I didn't change any of this. Main rev. Yeah, it didn't find the track, so the TCAT didn't work. We'll load up a game again. There we go. Why is that not? Why is the TCAT not TCATting? Property track. Main rev TCAT, yes. Oh. I don't know. We'll see in a bit. There we go. Now we have the minimap, as it should. And right now, first of all, you want to check that the track is rotating the right way around. So we press the tilde key that is left of 1 under the escape and above tab. Press that. That should be the default. If it's not, then pray to your nearest god for help. I don't know. Then we go checkpoints, and it is rotating the right way around because we have all the checkpoints loaded. You also see this arrow here that is pointing in the direction of travel. The green is the next checkpoint to be hit. The blue is the last checkpoint that's been hit, and the red is like, yeah, hanging. So then we can just drive around the track, see that it works as it should. Yep, easy as. There's a lap. Then we check the other layout. Don't know what the TCAT isn't TCATting, but we will see. Okay, it couldn't find the track. Did I type it wrong? I am dumb. There we go, that should help a bit. Yeah, upload. There we go. It's like I know how to mod. Okay, so here we go. Prime example. Also, my FPS is shit for some reason. Anyway, as you can see, the track isn't rotating the right way around. So to fix this, we quit out. And this is why you leave all the layouts open. Then we pick out the route, so the blue line, bug menu, set custom property, all the way through, and export. And voila, it is rotating the right way around. Sometimes the main line needs to have this, sometimes the reverse needs to have this. I haven't really tested why or what's the logic behind it. I just check and work accordingly, and for some reason my game froze on me. Oh, it didn't freeze on me. Why is my controller not working? Okay, some of my controller is working and some of it isn't. Game? Stop being a weird, game. Why you do this? Just let me drive. I can switch gears. I can't rotate my camera. I can't brake. I can't throttle. I can reset. Okay. That is definitely weird. Anyway. So that's fixed. I'm gonna see if reloading the game or restarting the game fixes my controller, because I want to get some dope ass screenshots for my menu images. There we go. Let me test the track again. No sector view, please, no. Check that the track works, do a lap, test all alt routes, the main route, all combinations of alt and main routes, whatever. I test everything just in case. There we go, that's a lap. Let's see how fast I'm on a lap here. Also, my game's still running like shit, I don't know why. It's having a moment, but it's running good enough. Oh shit. That's a great corner. Looks like I've played 2 hours instead of 3.5k. There we go. 30-second lap. Anyway, pictures. I'm gonna switch my car because I wanna have a car in the pictures every time. What am I gonna pick? What am I gonna pick? Get to Gobi just for shits. Actually, Thrasher. Here we go. Let's see, what do we get? What do we get? Looks pretty good. Press F12. Okay, so you want to get at least 2 pictures if you want to have him. I like to do one for the loading image, one for all the smaller stuff, and then one for the layout for the track. And I think I'm gonna use that as my menu image, and then we'll have a, maybe I'll find a bit more cinematic spot. That could actually work. Maybe like from trees a bit. Yeah, like that. Oh, this is good. Do that. Actually, fuck the car. Oh, that was... Yeet! If you hold X, it'll throw the car. Just so you know. C spawns it where you're pointing. There we go. Let's take a new picture. Then we quit out the game. So the menu textures will load when we get them done. You kind of want to have a folder for... I like to have these separate somewhere else. Let's see. Right, here we go. Here we go. So I'm gonna have, this is my own track pack, and I'm gonna add this track to it. So I'm just gonna add these pictures here as well, and I'm going to grab these templates. Yeah, need all of these. Go back. Yeah. Okay. I'll load one up so I get Krita going. Then we open up the rest. Also, you can close down all the Blender windows if you feel like you don't need them. Okay, so I'll leave that later. Then we're doing all of this. So for these, you want to have the name is very specific, and well, I'm gonna go to the name later on actually. For this, I wanted to have this picture, so copy the clipboard and paste. We go layer, transform, scale layer, 250, 116. Drag it, just eat that out of existence. Save. TGA. We go GKC. So you want to have this string. This has to be the same as this event folder, and then the envy track name. So these have to be the same. This folder name has to be the same as this envy file, if I remember correctly. So GKC save, and we go to the skew. So this is like the smaller image when you're in a multiplayer lobby. For some mod tracks, it doesn't have that because people forget or they don't care. I do have this layer here just to mark out the area where you need to fill it. I don't really need it because it's just in the corner. We go 182 70. For this you could like the Wreckfest ones, they erase the corners if you want to be real fancy. So they kind of like, let's take a here. So they kind of like do this. Wait, they do this thing where they do this. Ooh, skew. But it is this square. If you don't care to be fancy with it. Let me go TGA again. GKC. Save. Layer, transform, scale. 832, 386. You could also, if you wanted to get these as higher quality images, you could bump up the resolution but still have the name as it is. So you can get a bit better quality image on the menu, but that will also drive up the file size. So there's a trade-off. GKC. And the loading image, which is gonna be different. This one, copy. For this, if you wanna be Wreckfesty, you want to hide this part. I think I copied this over from a Wreckfest texture. I can't remember, it's been a long while. I think I started doing this with the flat out pack, so that was like 2 years ago. And again, just throw this here, hide that, and then we can transform this to 1080p. There we go, 1080p image. And then we can have it here, framed nicely. That looks good. Save. TGA. GKC. Wait, actually, I should have left the Blender windows open. Okay. It's next part, you need to have the AI route. So I just asked how one of my mates does this, and I haven't done it like he does, so bear with me here. He did tell me how to do it. So we go like this, and material, wait, no, not material. Wait, single, yeah. And then we hide that. I could actually do this as well. We go flat. Yeah, there we go. Like that. Go like snipping tool, whatever. Grab this. Save. There we go. Here. Go like that, and then open up your favorite web-based background removal tool that will or will not steal all your personal info, and use that to remove the background. That's what he does, and that's what I'm gonna be doing. Let me go downloads. Doink. New layer. And god damn it. I hate it when you do fucking 3D software and then you're trying to pan with the shift and anyway. For this, then you wanna try and see which way it is. So this is this way, and you go transform, scale, and then as you can see here, the width is 250 and the height is 111. So I go by, I fucked it up already. So you keep it chained, and then you go 116. It's gonna keep the proportions. And for this, I wanna have the grid on, so I see where the middle is of the image. There we go. Yep. And we can hide that, and then we can add a small arrow. Hopefully. It's a bit tight here. Put it here, fuck it. Take that color. There we go. Save, and this is also specific. So you want to put the name of the EVC file right here, so it knows to link up to that. So GKC main, and then I'm just gonna delete all of that and gonna make the reverse. It's a bit scuffed. Looks a bit better. Go main reverse. There we go. Now we should have all the files we need, and then we go like this. We go new folder, menu, and textures. And then you want to drag all the TGAs. Wait, I should have more TGAs. Where is it? Oh, I didn't save this as TGA. Wait. Got the large, got the loading, got the skew. Oh wait, these are the templates. I don't need the templates. You fuck off. You're fucking with me. Menu. Large, loading, skew, small. Oh, I got everything. Okay. I got everything. Copy, paste. Then I'm gonna use the new tool to send to this thing, and it will build the textures. Bigger the texture, the longer it's gonna take. Okay. Close that, and then we can. I'll just do this because I have them here backed up. So I like to remove them from here. We go back to the game. As you can see, we have this is the large image, so yeah, it's the GKC large is this one, and this is the small one, this one, and then these are the event files. And we load up the track, you see the small one and the event, and then we get the loading, nicely framed. And it is ready to ship. That's how I see it at the moment. So then packaging your mod, you want to, well, essentially I'll show my own mod here. I have this development version where I have all the necessary shit to make and develop tracks. Okay. And then I have an upload version, which I actually use to upload the track to Workshop. So this has the mod info that I will show how you get. And then we have this preview image that shows up in the Workshop. And this only has the necessary scene files or SCNE files, B maps, like all the stuff that you actually need to keep the file size down and all of that. So there is a thing in Bag Edit that you can like copy over files with it. What was it again? You can take the data and fold a duplicate, I think. You can you can just pick this here and it'll duplicate all the stuff, but we only got like a few things, and I don't think it does textures. I've used it once before. So I just like to do it by hand because I am cooked. So we want to do texture, tractor tool, yeah. These are the menu textures. And then don't have anything in art other than, well, that, but I already have it. We do property, copy, property. Should have just those, yep. And then track, let's go here. GKC. And we need just the scene files, copy, paste. Need to do folder textures. Then type, just the B maps. There we go. Okay, so for packing your mod and sending it to the workshop, you need to get this mod info page. So you get this by right-clicking the root folder of the mod. So this example is the track tutorial, and you press mod publish, and then you get this. And it asks you if you want to create it if you don't have one, and you press yes, and then you get this window. The only things you need to touch are the name. This is the name of your mod, and this will show up in the workshop. So anything you type here is going to show up in the workshop. Then you have the name of the preview image, description for your mod, and the change log or change notes if you want to add any. And then the visibility, so public, everyone can see it, only your friends can see it, and then it's hidden for everyone else other than you. And then we have tags for, yeah, as you see, so car, skin, parts, tracks, yeah, all of that. But we don't care, because we're gonna do it on here. So, just gonna button layouts. I actually need to check what game this was on. But yeah, anyway, I'm gonna do this off camera. So you just do all of this, and then you press publish, you get this, and then you press publish. It's gonna take a little bit. The smaller the mod, the faster it's gonna be, and then it's gonna open up to your mod window on the workshop after it's done. And there's a box that says that it's doing checks to see that there's no malicious content, and after that you can link it to anybody who cares or who don't care that download my mod, and they can download it and play. Easy as. You can also, here while you have this window open, you can check that there's no excess files. There is gonna be like this big question mark symbol on anything, but this is the preview image for my mod, and you don't need to care about that. But let's see if I like do this one, which is the project files, not duplicate. I'm dumb. Publish. Like here, you see all of this. It's like, what the fuck is this? It's like telling you, what the fuck is this? So check every time that you don't have anything excess in there, because just a simple like this, it's gonna send this to the workshop, and it's 128 meg, for example, and it's gonna send this, it's gonna send all of this, and these are like 1.36 gigs of crap. You don't want to do that. Oh, anyway, I'm gonna do this later. Do I have anything else I wanted to show or talk about? Oh yeah, I had trackside cameras and yeah, AI lines. I haven't done any AI line adjusting. Yeah, let's see how the AI does. Event options. Let's go 10 AI because I don't care to put more. Also, I didn't save the TCAT stuff, so all this sector information in the TCAT is wrong, so I need to do that. Anyway, you want to have the debug window, you want to have sectors open, and then you want to have the adjust raise line. So you can press tilde, press right, and then up or down, and then press right to activate or enter. And you can do that again to disable. And we can go up here, throw our car off the track, and as you can see the line is cooked because this was on a older track. Let me actually quit out. This is a quick way to reset your TCAT. You go in here and then you go, like if you've used the TCAT that's on a previous track, you go 0 routes and 1 route. That is going to reset the AI racing line, and then I go back in. Put everything back on again. Oh, it is cooked. Thanks, game. Oh wait, actually, it is cooked before because the TCAT was already loaded in. You need to do this where you switch to another track, like it switches the text, and that will reload the TCAT for that track. So now it should be okay. I need to put sectors on again, and then racing line. Oh, there we go. Ah, looks much better. Okay, let's see. Oh, you guys suck ass. Anyway, so we have this thing here. This is your cursor to do any adjustments, and all the binds for it are on the top right of your screen if you're watching the video and not listening to it. So I key goes forward, K goes backward, yada yada yada. And yeah, here we go. Let's start with one thing. I don't know why. It doesn't even matter how hard you try. Anyway, I'm gonna try and adjust this according to what I had on my... What is that guy doing? That's not how you race this track, my good sir. Ah, I hate the AI, man. It's so bad. But yeah, as you can see, they're already like changing their path according to this green line. They try and follow it as best as they can. Sometimes they suck at it, and most of the time they are abysmal at it. So you need to do some 200 IQ finagling to get them to work how you want it to. Oh man, why is this so far away? You could do this also in the bag edit. Like I could type in a number and it's gonna move it. Oh man, why? Well, anyway, you get the point. You use these to adjust the line. I'm gonna do this off camera, so this video doesn't take 5 million years of me just tapping J on my keyboard to get that to the other side of the track. If you have a really long straight and then a corner, you need to do these kind of squiggly bits to make them brake. I don't know why the auto generation did this here, because they're gonna brake when they're supposed to push the throttle. Oh man, you guys suck ass. This is what I mean with them hating really tight hairpins, by the way. It's gonna take me a while to fix. Also, you press T to save changes to the TCAT, and even if you don't do any racing line adjustments, you want to do that just in case, so the TCAT has the right values for the amount of sectors and shit. And then we're gonna do racing camera. I'm just gonna explain it, I'm not gonna do any of it. I'm just gonna do one as an example, but I'm not gonna show it because it's gonna take a little bit. I didn't take off the AI. Fuck you guys, I hate you all. Okay, so to make cameras, I sincerely hope that you have a second screen, and if possible, put it in landscape, put it in portrait mode. This will help you, because there's a lot of crap that you have to put in. So imagine having another screen that's like this way. Yeah, this way, exactly this way. It's gonna help you a lot. I actually rotated one of my screens just for this, and I've had it like that since then, even though I haven't done cameras in a while, but it's good for having Discord on it, so fuck it. Anyway, I always thought just by adding one camera, you can always add more. It's not gonna break the cameras that you have done before that, unless you go less cameras, then you're gonna break your cameras. So anyway, here's like the basic bitch window for your cameras. So you have type, rotating, fixed, moving. Moving is a bit more involved. Rotating, the camera just rotates on its place to follow the car. Fixed, it's a fixed camera. Flags, start camera. So the camera is only works when you start a race. If you're in multiplayer spectator mode or photo mode, and you go trackside camera mode. So you'll probably only see this camera used if you go view a replay in single player, or you're in a multiplayer lobby and you're already in spectator mode with trackside camera on. That's usually how it goes. Sector activation, self-explanatory. You will use these parameters to tell the game which sectors this camera is going to work on. So one thing that is going to help you is having sector view, and in this top left here you have all the info you need. You can hide this with pressing 1. So anyway, to read this easier, you wanna go to like 720p. I'm running this game at 1440, and I need to sit on the edge of my sofa to be able to read this. But anyway, or like read it easier. But anyway, as you can see here we got pointed sector. This is like the middle of your screen. You can point at any sector, and it shows the route number we only have the main route, so it's route 0 every time. And if you add like an alt route 1 or 5, then it's gonna show, for alt 1 it's gonna show 1, and alt 5 it's gonna show 5, and so on. So here is sector 0, like I told you earlier, this one. And this is the last sector, so 65. And then, yeah, 1, 2, and all that. So for sector activation, you want to find a good spot for your camera. You want to use either, you can use rotating camera or fixed camera for this. And just type in the sector you want the camera to start at. Like for this view, if I wanted to have a camera here, I'd put maybe like sector, which one is that? It's like, is that yeah, that's sector 4. So if I go here, I put sector 4. I put sector 4, and let's do like a fixed camera, sector 4, and then it's gonna stop showing after sector 8. So it's this closest one. So we go sector 8. And then this move between sectors is for the moving camera, which is more involved. Tracking distance, this is for if you just want to place cameras around the track. You don't need to use sector activation. It's gonna detect the car when it's close to the camera, and it's gonna switch to that camera. And you can fuck about with the start distance and the end distance. Depth of field settings. For fixed cameras I use medium. For rotating cameras and moving cameras I've used trackside cam. Anything else is kind of blurry, or you can use them for artistic reasons. Okay, so that's all of that. Then we have default FOV, and then the zoom start distance. This is how zoomed in the camera is when you start. For fixed camera it doesn't work. For rotating and moving, it's gonna affect how much or how close the view is to the car and how much you see the outside. So think of it as a extra FOV slider. And then we got this data entry panel. For fixed and rotating cameras you only need 1. For moving you need at least 2. And for the moving camera you just add more depending on how many points you want the camera to move between. So you could do like a corner as a moving camera, so you gotta like dot around the corner, like multiple spots. But we're doing a fixed camera here, so we're gonna do 1. And then we do position, which is up here, top left. So we can tap in 49, 37, 6.37 and 2460. So that is your position values for your camera. And then rotation, you don't really need to do rotation for moving or rotating cameras, but there's gonna be this quick pan to the car at the start when it switches to the set camera. For fixed, you need to have this, otherwise it'll point to 0, 0, which is most likely off the track. So here we have the rotation value here. You only need the first two, so 353, 87 and 19276. And you have a different field of view slider, screen precision, smoothing. Smoothing is probably used for, I haven't used this, but it's probably for moving and rotating cameras. I haven't used screen position either. There's probably more info on these on the modding wiki. Because I haven't used these, I can't tell you how they work. I haven't felt the need to. But yeah, anyway. Also, when it comes to tracks, now that I remembered, you can always add, like, go to routes here. Oh, this is the reverse. Okay, I was thinking like, what the fuck? I don't have any sectors here. So if we go here, we don't have sectors here either. What the hell? Anyway, if you have sectors like this, you can see here's the location value for all the sectors. Bullshit. And here's like some mini-map sliders. Not sure what they do. Don't quote me. There might be some info on the modding wiki about them. AI drive probability. It is always main route always has the priority unless you put an alt route on and you put this to 1, which means 100%. They take the alt route 100% of the time. Default is 50%. Haven't done any alt start route start sectors. I don't know what that does. Don't ask me. Special zones. This is for having specialty zones for the AI itself, or like resetting on the racing line. None of this really matters unless you're doing loops, or you want to have a sector where there's no resets allowed whatsoever, like between a start of a jump and the end of a jump, so you don't reset your car in between the start and end point of that set jump. And there's like the AI full speed tag, and yeah, then you put in the sector numbers that you want to use for this. So from sector 45 to sector 60, for example. And if you make any specialty zones, they will show up in game as a purple sector instead of blue, just so you know. And then you can always flag like no special vehicles. This is for AI, like Deathloop. Bugbear doesn't allow any special AI vehicles to go around the loop, so they have this ticked. And then for alt routes you can tick do not render on minimap, which will hide. You can make like sneaky shortcuts or like separate starting grids from the main route and hide them from the rest of play with this, for example. Yeah, that's about it really. I think I've gone through everything by this point. For TCAT, yeah, here's the grid generation. If you want to do automatic, you have to take this off. I like to have it on because I do manual. And yeah, it should be self-explanatory. I haven't cared to learn. And we have minimap stuff if you want to be really specific. Don't know what the depth of field does, don't ask. Then we have free cam. Always put this on max so people can actually use the free cam. Please. And then there's some pre-race camera depth of field stuff. You don't need to touch any of this really, just leave them. But yeah, that's about it. That should be most of the crap that I need to tell you about. Anyway, that should be it. this track will be on the workshop sooner or later for you to test. If you've watched all the videos so far, even though you don't care to make tracks just to have background noise, that's fine too. I thank you. It's definitely been a process, and let's take that off. Yeah, looks good. But yeah, all I can say is that good luck with track modding. It's a steep learning curve at the start, but once it snaps in your head, then it's all easy and straightforward. Like I said at the start of the game, Blender is the hard part. If you haven't used any 3D modeling software, it will kick you in the teeth. But if you just persevere, it won't be that bad. I can tell from experience. But yeah, it's just need the... Yeah, just go do some tracks. The game needs more tracks. There isn't enough track modders out there to do good tracks. Or even do good ports of older games. Yeah. Anyway. If you know, you know. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. This should be it for this series. If there's any specifics you want me to dig into, leave comments. I could do some more of these, or if you want me to redo the whole tutorial, I could also do that. It might take me a bit longer. I'm probably not gonna make this small of a track next time. And I've been maybe thinking of starting, like if I have the time. Right now I'm still kind of busy with real life, with work and shit. But if I have the time, I've been thinking of kickstarting some projects that I've started again, and maybe recording the process, if anyone cares. Probably not. But hey, who the fuck knows? People watch some weird shit anyway. But yeah, I think that's it. Goodbye.